Indeed, indeed. Can I get a one if you can hear me? Because my mic acting kind of funny, right? Caramel Mocha, you be killing me with that one before I ask. Caramel Mocha, you a hot mess. Your comments are so goddamn amazing. How's everybody doing, right? I see some new people in the audience. Life of Live, how are you? And then I got somebody in the back named Rita. Rita, your thing is not connected. And if you are not trying to join the live, you probably want to click the YouTube link so you can go down there and do your thing. What's happening, Winter's Grace? What's going on, Religion Free? Honeybee, how are you? June's brown wife is here. Y'all, let's do this. Hey, Alma S. All right. Have y'all had enough yet? Ladies, here's the thing. Some people that are new to, I guess, BWE, the area where everybody has their own version of Black women doing better, quote unquote. But the thing is, you can't do any better if you're continuing to be around Black folks. It is what it is. But somebody in the community wall, right, where this dude here, right, was doing his thing. She asks, what's the difference between a swirler and a divester? So if you want to talk about it in niggalese, I guess I should say it like Kendrick Lamar. They not like us. I'm looking at the chat. I said, swirlers, they not like us. Pull up. Look at who's already fucking with this bitch. See, this is the life of a swirler. This is what happens. Let me go ahead and get this nigga off the screen and share my screen with the slides on it, because every time I turn around, right, shit like this happens. People pretend to be surprised. prized, and I can't believe they're doing this. Number one predators. We're very clear about that already. But whenever you're doing something, right? I don't care if you're just breathing. They think they breathe better than you. It is what it is. They're not your allies. But we had a little Super Bowl 59, if I'm not mistaken. I am not a sports fan. My husband is. So it was what it was. I was there for the snacks, the conversation, and that type of shit. Okay. During the halftime show, we had this lovely lady here, and this woman is a tragic tale, ladies. A tragic tale swirler. Okay. Let me tell y'all something about Serena. Serena has always been in touch with the Black community, identified with the Black community and its culture. Truth be told, her husband's standing right there next to her. But be very clear, that's not what she wanted. I'm looking at the chat. This girl has played around with skin bleaching. She's always had issues with her hair. She's always wanted Black men to like her. She tried over and over and over and over. I'm talking about all the way back, right, to 2001. I can remember she was dating Keyshawn Johnson. We talking 25 years of trying to get these motherfuckers to like you. Even after she married Alexis, she continued the shit on, right? A lot of Black women want the Black community to accept them, be proud of them, include them, protect them, and tell them that they're amazing. Here's the thing, though, bitch. They're not going to. They're not going to. Okay? Some days I feel sorry for Serena. Some days I don't. Okay? Let's be clear about something. She settled for Alexis. Think about that. Think about that. She would have rather been with $100,000 nigga than a $150 million white boy. These are facts, okay? When I suspect Alexis doesn't have any self-esteem either, because you don't settle for me, bitch. I said, you do not settle for me, bitch. I'm fucking amazing. Don't worry about it. You don't have to settle for me. Move around. Huh? Aaliyah, you got anything before we get into this halftime shit?
I guess I'm still surprised that people are still asking what's the difference between, swirlers and divestors. I thought we were more than clear about that on more than one occasion.
I provided some grace
Divest.
for new people, maybe young people. I don't
Oh,
know, but
okay. Because I was about to say, swirlers still consider Black men what they like, what they think, what they want, what they're attracted to. We divestors, on the other hand, we do not. And it's just that simple. We don't consider them at all.
mm-hmm, it is what it is. When you divest from the Black community, you divest from all of its toxicity. I'm talking about the way they act, the way they present in public, the things that they enjoy, right? All of this, I'd like to call it oppression Olympics and shit like that. I just don't identify. We're moving on. The world has moved on. Everything is played. You have played your oppression Olympics. It's over. It's over. And a lot of people won't accept that shit. So why they went on ahead while the NFL, put that boy up there during this climate, I don't know. Ladies, that those of y'all that are behind the wall, I got some more tea for y'all. Sunday was amazing. We'll get into it when we get there. Okay. I don't know why they keep trying this shit. But the fact of the matter is it's over. Well, Kendrick Lamar performed. What is going on, Snapple? Because I'm anxious to get into it. I almost forgot about an amazing woman that's up here on this panel. What's happening, girl?
Hey, so yeah, I would like to provide grace as well. I prefer somebody ask respectfully what the difference is if they're new and they don't know for sure. And I do understand that swirlers give us a bad name sometimes because they like to steal our talking points and try to act like us, but then at the same time, there's some fucking mammies. And Serena did some mammy ass shit, which I'm sure we're gonna get into. You know, a good example though for those questioning. Candace Owens is a swirler. Candace Owens is a
Yes.
swirler. The swirlers are the ones, they marry a white guy or non-Black guy. They marry them, but they still beg the Black community for validation and they devalue themselves for the Kangs. As the same way Candace Owens got herself fired from the Daily Wire because she was backing Kanye West, who, by the way, went on another crazy ass rant Where the fuck is all the outrage? Because everybody was up in arms about Elon and his so-called salute at the inauguration. Kanye West just did way more than that, and I don't hear a motherfucking peep. But anyway, Candace Owens, I'm calling your spoiler ass to the front. What you got to say for this nigga now? But anyway, newbie in the chat, whoever asked that question, Candace is a swirler. She's a very good representation of fucking swirlers, and we don't get down like that over here. We divest. It's not just about dating. We cutting off mammy ass friends, mammy ass co-workers, mammy ass family members. It's not just about dating. It's about your quality of life and who you allow in your space.
Carmen, I know you ain't asking that question down there. Your ass behind the wall. Carmen trolling. I'm gonna assume that you trolling, okay? Because Eve is a immaculate swirler. Every time something happens with the Black community, she has a comment, right? She has something to say. She goes on what is that shit called, The View, and all these different talk shows to make sure, that Black people know she's still there. And at the same time, they clown the fuck out of her. This past Thanksgiving, they had her up there looking like a slave at her in-laws' cabin. You want to talk about it? Aaliyah, you was trying to say something, because I think it's a clear difference between the two, except for when you're new to the area.
No, I was just about to say, it's just something about those swirlers with that need to hold on to that Black card that we just don't have. Like, we don't give a fuck about being invited to the cookout. We don't give a fuck about being part of the community. We're not trying to be down. We're not trying to fit in. You don't have to like us. We don't give a fuck. And like Snapper was just saying, we avoid all that bullshit, actually, the women and the men, the niggas and the bitches. I mean, it is what it is. So again, the distinction, I think, has been made pretty clear.
Y'all, Black folk annoy the shit out of me. All right. Some with mammies, that's their comfort zone. All right. And Serena is a swirling ass mammy. The Black community is her comfort zone. I don't think she ever felt comfortable outside of that community, because she do little goofy shit like what we getting ready to get into tonight, right? So this her at the Super Bowl, in the back while Kendrick's performing, doing her goddamn Crip walk. Now here's the thing, okay? First of all, them big ass legs look like a hot ass mess doing that shit. I'm sorry. You look like you was finna bust down a motherfucking wall with them fucking legs, okay? It is what the fuck it is. But those of y'all that don't watch sports, or haven't for some odd reason, because you've been up under a rock, haven't seen this bitch Crip walking, here you go. Hot ass fucking mess, right? Just a mess. And that right there just embodies everything that Serena is, all right? When you got big legs like that, let me tell you something. Those high top sneakers make you look like you a soldier in the goddamn Marvel universe. I said, when you got big legs and big calves, ankle tops ain't for you. You need to bring it down a little bit. When you bring up the goddamn high tops, it looks like you Thanos round this bitch. Yo, what's up, Snapple?
Not you dragging her big ass leg. What you saying, DZ? You say her legs look like tree stumps? Is that what it's giving?
I'm pissed at her right now.
Some thick ass legs, some thick
I wouldn't
ass
have said
knees.
none of that shit, Snapple, if she wouldn't just stop embarrassing Black women. The bitches that embarrass Black women get on my nerves, god damn it.
I was looking at the whole costume, I'm like, isn't she a little too old to be in this?
43, Aaliyah, like, 43.
I'm like, look at this skirt and this whole, okay. Then I had to remember, we're talking about Black folks. They never grow up. So I guess it makes sense why you would be in your mid 40s with something like this on. Okay.
The people that, want to be disingenuous, y'all need to leave that girl alone. She's happy. She's doing what she want to do. Well, I don't get that grace. I'm happy and I'm saying what the fuck I want to say. So move the fuck around. You don't leave me alone. You stay in my inbox, right? Asking stupid shit, right? Giving the opinion that you weren't asked. That type of shit. So when y'all leave me alone and let me do my thing, I'll leave bitches like this alone and let them do their goddamn thing. Since I know that's never going to happen, well, let's drag on. Okay? She wasn't just doing her thing. You have to think about what the fuck you're doing when you're doing it. All right? This is her sister, Yetunde Price. All right? And it's her oldest sister. It's her oldest sister. Well, her sister was a nurse. Notice I said was a nurse, right? She owned her own salon and she's dead. I'm looking at the chat. She's unalived. I forgot where we were because I don't come out here much anymore. She's unalived. Okay. Well, how the fuck did that happen? Well, it's kind of like she was sitting out in front of outside of a building, whether it was a salon or the hospital or what, I don't know. She was just outside of a building in a truck with her dusty ass boyfriend. Okay. And the Crips were battling. Well, one of those bullets went into her goddamn head. Okay. Maxfield, Robert Maxfield to be exact, was a member of the Southside Crips gang. Right? Because I see you bitches out here talking about how y'all know it. One of the most ridiculous things I've seen a mammy say about this situation was, well, some Crips, they don't like other Crips. So it technically depends on what Crip walk she was doing. Move the fuck around. Are you fucking serious? It's a gang. The Crips are very, very violent. Her sister was unalive with a bullet to her fucking head because of the Crips. And then you're going to condone the goddamn Crip walking. The fact that she did that shit and she loves doing that shit because she got in trouble in 2012 at Wimbledon for doing the exact same shit. That's her thing. That's her go-to. Like you funky bitches like twerking. Well, Serena like kicking her big ass legs around and doing a fucking Crip walk. All right. You got anything so far, Aaliyah? Because I got much, much more.
And see, I'm not really all that surprised that Serena, like you said, she has a clear track record of doing shit like this. But my issue is that she's been getting dragged by the Black community since forever. And no Black people, especially Black men, ever stood up for her. And that includes a lot of the women. Like, she was not, they drug her too. And now here she is trying to prove her Blackness once again, because it's all about proving something to them. And as she could see, the black car she tried to swipe by sea walking in one of the worst wigs I've ever seen next to Jasmine Crockett's. She was trying to sea walk on this stage with Kendrick Lamar while being with her white husband. That black car she tried to swipe was declined, basically. Funny how when she actually wanted a husband and a family, she knew she wouldn't find it with one of them. I find that ironic. But the black card has always been declined for women like her who marry out. Of course, the Black men can marry whomever the fuck they want and nobody ever questions their Blackness. You would think she would have figured all this out by now. It's been long enough. But hey, go ahead.
It is what it is. Snapple, you on or you
Oh, no, yes. I want to say a couple things because I see the Serena stands in the chat, big mad, talk about one of her shoes costs more than whatever the fuck they said. Let me tell y'all something. I don't give a fuck about Serena size 14 sneakers. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Let me tell y'all something right now. That lady is too much. That's a lady. She is growner than grown, okay? She's a wife and a mother. And she allowed herself to be used as a pawn in a rap beef for two dusty ass niggas that don't give a fuck about her. Her husband should be embarrassed. She should be embarrassed. If you want to come out here and act like a damn fool or like a court jester, bitch, you put yourself on the chopping block to get talked about. She looked a mess. And what the fuck is the Crip walk? Like, I mean, is that even still a thing? Like, why is she
more
so
of them doing what they do and glorifying gang banging?
Yeah, it's like, girl, grow up. And then you could tell she's still appealing to these kangs because all this skin bleaching and stuff, if she would just be herself and be the woman, the black woman that her husband wanted, she could just go off and live her life. But she's so desperate to be turning herself into a fake ass great value preference, bleaching her skin and throwing on nasty raggedy synthetic blonde wigs. She looks so stupid. And for the niggas that's cosplaying as her, that's low hanging fruit. They could have got a leprechaun up there and put some bell bottoms on the motherfucking leprechaun, because I don't know what the fuck that thing was hopping around doing that Super Bowl. That was trash, gutter trash. I feel so sorry for everybody in that stadium that had to sit through that ignorant ass Negro spiritual ass shit. But he looked a damn fool in them bell bottoms. So that's plenty cosplay. They like girl shit. So, you know, they could have put on some bell bottoms and impersonated his monkey ass.
Girl, them pants was tight as hell. I was like, what the hell is this? But either way, we're back on that every time you say something about somebody, they like, oh, y'all just jealous. Oh, y'all just broke. Because that's what it all comes down to. Every time you say something, it's always, oh, this costs this or this costs that. We don't nobody give a fuck about a bank account. I don't give a fuck about how much those sneakers cost. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about at the end of the day. They stay doing that though. Have y'all noticed that every time you say something, it's always about somebody's bank account, how much money somebody got.
Girl, you see how mammies don't have comprehension skills. We just laid out very politely, might I add. I'm proud of us. We laid out very politely the difference between a swirler and a divester. These hoes in the chat mad at us because we dragging Serena, our fellow divester. She not divested. Nobody that's divested would do what she's been doing. Like, come on now, that's a whole ass mammy. That's
do you? A divester would have been on stage, walking with Kendrick, with Kendrick Lamar and a whole group of niggas.
They on that good flock of girls, that good shit.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
Could you imagine? Them bitches thirsty as fuck. Listen, she can afford shoes. That's it. That's all, huh? She need to get some around her ankle. I don't give a fuck what you say, right? Because that shit is
retired. I'm sorry.
Here's Robert Maxwell. Here's Robert Maxwell, of course, you know, the lean back head, the I don't give a fuck, the person that unalived her sister at his court hearing, huh? No, don't come too hard. You mammies out here using your roles while you're looking at this man picture, because we know you like him dusty, you like him funky, you like him criminal, you like him violent, and this nigga probably driving y'all motherfucking crazy. Pull up. But ladies, he got out of jail in 2018. Okay, he unalived Serena's sister in 2003, but he got out, you know, in 2018. So what happened to him? He got rearrested. I'm looking at the chat. Listen, this shit writes its fucking self, right? They're dusty as fuck. There is no hope for them. And you continuing this shit on. Ladies, that's behind my wall. Just get your popcorn, okay? Because there's some more shit coming down the pike. I think Sunday was fucking amazing. And when we do that again, it's going to be amazing again because we got some more goddamn tea. Everything we said to you, especially in Discord, all right? Because I got to catch Aaliyah up on some of the shit that was said in Discord because what? She's not in Discord. But ladies, everything we said is coming to pass. You better get your goddamn shit together. He was rearrested. Of course, who gonna abide by parole? He only did 15 years for a black woman's life. Well, I guess the court system shouldn't give a fuck. Serena don't give a fuck. She went on ahead and did the dance of the gang that unalived her sister. So why should they give a fuck? Aaliyah, were you trying to say something? Because, yeah, no.
No, I'm about to say something else. Because, see, in case you forgot where you are to the butthurt people in the goddamn chat, because like Snapper was saying, we have been very polite tonight, I think. And you already knew when you came over here what you were going to get. This is a divested channel. We shouldn't have to keep saying this. So what I say, what we say, is not for any of you hoes benefit. Okay, we're not talking to y'all. In fact, I don't know why you're still following us around. If you're that pro-black, you would think that you would be somewhere following the ones who are telling y'all how y'all was kings and how y'all built the Egyptian pyramids and how y'all are the original Muslims and how y'all built, you built this country and how y'all are also the true Native Americans and how to get your chakras in order and how your gods and goddesses and how your Aries with the Gemini rising, and by the time they're done, you're 3 or 4 different zodiacs at the same time. Oh no, y'all want to follow us around so y'all can control and y'all control and complain and subscribe and unsubscribe and follow and unfollow and still show up to give us your opinions and all this other bullshit. Nobody over here is talking to any of you. Y'all are still running around here talking about how you built this country when you haven't built shit. And when anybody asks you what exactly it was that you built, you can't tell anybody because most of you hoes haven't built shit without white folks, which is why the only way you can make any statements is by using all of their platforms to do it. A lot of you motherfuckers haven't even built yourselves up out the hood. A lot of these celebrities y'all worshiping haven't built y'all any communities, but that's everybody else's fault. Black women are still just as delusional as ever. Black men haven't built them shit, much less this fucking country. These black men don't even like you. Y'all are still delusional about that. You haven't built shit but broken homes and abandoned fathers and single mothers. You still don't get why the family institution is important, which is why a lot of y'all are still running around here shitting on marriage. A lot of you don't even like or trust each other. A lot of you don't even want to live next door to each other. Yeah, you still walk around here talking shit while you're bashing, while you're fucking living, doing business, all this shit with white folks, and y'all are still around here talking about how you built some, but you're crying about 4-year-old initiatives that you say don't benefit you or your community. You know what? I think a lot of you need help at this point, not social media. Go get some therapy.
Riddler, listen, he got out on parole, right? That racist system, Riddler, let him right the fuck up out of there after 12 and a half years. He was only sentenced to 15. This is the system that they protesting. But here's the thing. You're fixing to get what the fuck you want, mammies. You are. That system, don't y'all believe in speaking shit into existence and that type of stuff? Oh, it's on its way. You getting ready to start seeing your son sentenced to 4, 5, and 6 life motherfucking. We won't go there. But Riddler, they let his funky ass the fuck out, right? Because they racist and everything. But let's keep going. So here's the X. Here is the UGA mascot, ugga looking motherfucker that she went on ahead and got with. The diet Negro, right? She was feeling him. And I saw a mammy say it was only rumored that they went together. She just wanted to support Kendrick Lamar. They just make up shit. They literally are full of fucking gas. Point blank the fuck period. They were dating, okay? They were actually dating. This is up in Cincinnati, right? In the private room. And they doing it. Oh, but DC, they might have just been friends at the time. Bitch, move the fuck around. Move around, okay? So, what friends get up on each other like this? Miss, that it's only been rumored that they were dating. Look, who brings down the dusty motherfucker down to the tits, to the girlies, right? Who brings that face down to the girlies if they not dating? I might have asked the wrong question because we got a lot of whores in the black community that would probably do this with their friend, right? You love hoe culture, twerk culture, nasty fucking rap culture, stripper culture, right? OF culture, right? That's why you're full of STDs and all that extra shit. They were dating. Get the fuck over it. All right? Pull up. But anyway, I'm going to tell y'all why she was really hurt by him. It was a myriad of reasons. See, y'all think that's Serena on the right. It's not. He cheated on this motherfucking girl with somebody that looked like her, except for it's an upgrade. I said he constantly cheated on that girl, right? With bitches that it's almost a carbon copy of her. But if you put it in, a better pixel, I'm gonna get at the check. Huh? Homegirl right here, that's who he was fucking on, right? And that shit hurt the fuck out of Serena. Okay, you remember Serena's already insecure about the black community. Okay, and she's up there supporting a man, Kendrick Lamar, so on and so forth, right? That wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. I didn't see y'all dragging his significant other, right? What y'all call it, the preference, all right? But this is who he was cheating with, okay? Body on point. I don't hate. This bitch's body is on point. It is what it is. It's the Serena type body, but with a better face on it. Fight me, whores. Fight me. I said what the fuck I said. You want to fight? Aaliyah, you got anything? Let's go.
I don't know. Is that body hers?
Listen, it looks like it's on point to me. I don't give a fuck where she bought it from. It's on point. I ain't never been no hater ever.
Okay. I mean, I ain't saying she looked bad. I just, these are questions that we have to ask now. I mean, because very few people are walking around natural now. So I mean, hey, they had a lot of people had all kind of work done and shit. So that's why I
I'm
have
sure
to
she
ask.
had
I mean,
some. I'm sure she had some. Okay, you could put that body in a recycle bin because it's full of plastic, but it looks good from afar. I'll just say that.
okay, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with giving somebody else credit where it's due. Not a problem at all. I will say this: I'm not a Drake fan at all. I really can't stand his ass.
Mm-mm.
Y'all know this. But I will say that this situation should show him just how fake, backstabbing, ungrateful, two-faced, and disloyal a lot of these motherfuckers in the black community are. I mean, I've always said it was funny how quickly their love turns to hate. Actually, Nelly is finding this lesson out right now as we speak. They love you for as long as they love you, and then they turn on you. And it's funny how none of the stuff they're talking about of where he is concerned, it's funny how that never mattered before. So now they're throwing all this shit up in his face. It didn't matter before that he's Canadian and not American, which I find strange because that is only a problem with him because the majority of the rappers and singers are not Americans. But no one made that an issue. Last time I checked, neither was Tyler. I mean, it doesn't matter that it didn't matter before that he's biracial. Nobody was claiming that he wasn't black all this time. So now they took his black card. I also find it funny how Drake shouldn't be dominating American hip hop. And it also is a problem that he's Jewish clearly now. I'm still trying to see what the hell that has to do with anything. My problem is y'all already knew that though. It would be different had you not known all of this shit already. So it didn't matter as long as you liked him and his music or you wanted a feature. And again, this is not a case for him, but I do find it mighty strange that people are bringing up all this shit to try to discredit him and his blackness now. That shit is whacking. Y'all are clowns for that because Kendrick is married to somebody who looks just like Drake, and y'all are raising him up to be the beacon for the culture. And y'all are raising him up to be the Messiah. And you ragged ass hoes who stay talking and whining and complaining and crying about colorism. But the only reason they're hyping him up is because Kendrick is a dark-skinned, phenotypically black man. Meanwhile, I'm still waiting on the dark-skinned black man to come forward and bash any of these mixed women for y'all. I'll wait. Because see, with their logic, ain't no fucking way Cardi B, or Lotto, or Ice Spice, or Saweetie, or about several others need to be rapping either since we're really going there. See, let's talk about that. Y'all are not talking about that though. This is why nobody outside of other black folks takes black people seriously. This is how much y'all flip-flop and go back and forth.
For those of y'all that are, because I know how women are. This woman's screen name, right? What is the fucking screen name? Let me open my phone because I can't remember shit. Ravi Loso. It's Ravie. Next word Loso. Period. All right. Yeah, she's literally a better copy of whatever. Snapple. What's T? What's T and what's Jew? What's Jew?
Not Serena was crashing out over wheelchair Jimmy from Degrassi. That always cracks me up. I just feel like I want to trigger the Serena fans and the Kendrick fans in the chat because they are strong tonight. So let me get back on track with that. So, I didn't even know Serena Williams had another sister that was taken out in such a savage way. And, at a certain point in life, you got to have some integrity and some principles about yourself. Even if she was obsessed with that stupid ass dance. I mean, at that point, once there was a gang affiliation with the dance, with the person that took your sister out, you over here doing that dance on national television, on national stages for what? You couldn't put that motherfucking dance down. That don't disgust you, bitch. Did she even like her sister? I mean, goddamn. They get so mad at us when we be talking shit about random ass black women that we don't even know, but they want to go and celebrate a bitch that's doing a motherfucking Crip walk when her own blood sister was taken out by somebody affiliated with the gang and the dance. Now, look, I'm just saying what I've seen trended. I don't know shit about the Crips or the Crip walk or Serena Williams. I didn't know she even had a sister, but we're going to call a spade a spade. Everybody's fake woke and everything is so philosophical and everybody's so deep and everything has a meaning. And oh, you had to really watch the Dusty Leprechaun halftime show because it was a message and it was deep and he was symbolism. Ain't no motherfucking symbolism when she doing a goddamn Crip walk then. I mean, they have no consistency. They have no consistency because that's what the fuck I've been hearing. Because I've seen videos, by the way, you leprechaun stands in the motherfucking chat. I've seen pans of the camera on the crowd during that whack, dusty, black ass performance. Everybody was fucking bored. Nobody understood what he was saying. His bell bottoms were distracting. It looked like he had a BBL while he over there dragging BBL, Drizzy, Champagne Poppy, what's his name? Degrassi, Wheelchair Jimmy. All that shit is probably true. Fuck that nigga too. But you can't drag another nigga that got ab implants while you wearing some bell bottoms and looking like, yo, he had an apple bottom. He had an apple bottom in them bell bottoms during that performance. Oh, but is that woke too? That's some meaning. There's some deep spiritual, Negro spiritual meaning. No. So if that's the metric we're using, then Serena Williams for sure should be held to that same standard. And there is some dark symbolism with her doing that motherfucking Crip walk, dancing on her sister's grave, bitch.
Pull up, Shell Alicia. You done spit some tea there too. She's absolutely correct. Her father was a hoe. I said Serena's father was a goddamn whore. It just is what it is. But he's a black man, right? He's dusty. It's hashtag all. It's always been that way over here. So thank you for that, Shell. But yeah, he got other baby mamas. Okay. Anyway, Aaliyah, what you got before I carry on to the leprechaun with those tight ass fucking pants on? If that nigga would have farted, he would have been butt ass naked.
Oh, I was about to get on his ass too. So go ahead.
All right, that's what's up. Now, at the end of the day, Serena's a fucking clown. She's a goddamn clown. All right. I don't know what's to come of her. I wish she would have done, the exit gracefully since she's now a married mother and all that good shit, instead of getting up there doing that childish ass dance in the back of a Black Unity concert and during a halftime. There's so much other things that a accomplished 43-year-old black woman could be doing other than walking on the goddamn. It just is what it is. Anyway, at the end of the day, her husband still supported her. He a good one. He a good one. Okay, because technically speaking, you up there pro-blacking it up, cripping it the fuck up, and giving shade to your ex. He says, pretty fantastic halftime show. A lot of y'all don't recognize what a supportive husband is. That's what you call it. Either that or he's a huge dummy. Okay. A huge dummy. I feel like he got played, but that's his wife. It ain't none of my goddamn business. Whatever.
Easy.
Yes, ma'am.
Serena had the nerve to post on Instagram backstage and like her rehearsing. She actually rehearsed for that fucking bullshit. Like, girl, it ain't look like there was no rehearsal. Like, she really like took it seriously. I think that's hilarious.
And that was the outcome after her rehearsing. That was the finished product. Interesting, right? We had some women pointing out that, Serena dancing to They Not Like Us and she goes home to a non-black man. She can't go for it and they not like us and all this extra shit. She's a pro-black motherfucker, pointing out the fact that Serena has a white husband. Bitch, let me tell you something. You would have a black husband if there wasn't so much of a two coochie minimum. Here's the thing. The men in your community so fucking dusty that this clearly black male identified bitch had to step up out of the community. And there's such a shortage, right? That you, instead of getting you one, sitting up here eating on black cat. I'm looking at the chat. Don't fuck around. Okay. A lot of these bitches done resorted to eating each other's motherfucking box because they asses don't want to date out. And that's your motherfucking, it's your choice. It is what it is. Okay. I thought you was so-called born this way, but apparently you're so goddamn pro-black that you'd rather eat some black coochie than to date outside your race. Too bad black men don't give you the same grace. Too bad. Whatever. Keep on eating that black cat. They not. That bitch says she go home to a non-black man while you sitting up here eating clitoris rex. You need to shut your fucking mouth, bitch. Were you fixing to say something?
I guess she ain't going home to a black man, neither she going home to a whole black woman.
A stud on top of that. Here's Kendrick Lamar, ladies. Yeah, very underwhelming, and I don't even care about his performance. I really fucking don't. But he was up there talking about revolution and how black people are excellent and, giving it street culture. It was just a fucking display of watch your mouth, DZ. It was a blacktivity, okay? Sitting up here in these people's stadium talking about what you ain't gonna put up with, putting up Black Samuel L. Jackson. It's funny that in the middle of your revolution, sir, that you can't even stop one of your dancers from being arrested. Let's go.
Considering charges against a performer in Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show. That performer held up a flag with Sudan and Gaza written on it. This happened as the Grammy Award-winning artist show highlighting the creativity and perseverance of Black Americans went on. Now, the NFL says no one was aware of the performer's plan or intent. Producers of the show, Rock Nation, say that the flag was not part of the production or the rehearsal.
So this is your revolution. This is it. If this is it, I'm scared to see you sit down, because guess who's running shit? White men. All right. During your fist up performance about Black excellence, they went on ahead and got that motherfucker the fuck up out of here. And we also had a motherfucker that was out there, holding up this Sudanese / Gaza flag. Oh, babe, they're in trouble as well. You and a couple of other dancers are in fucking trouble. They opened up an investigation onto Kendrick Lamar because they didn't believe the answer, ladies. Point blank the fuck period. So again, this was your revolution. This is you sparking up the black folk. Black women, you better sit the fuck down. This is an unwinnable war, and it's not a war, to be honest with you, because they've already lost. Did you hear what I said? That war is over. This man is souping you the fuck up, right? Getting you all geeked because black, and he can't even get through a performance. What the fuck is going on? Snapple, you got anything? Because I got.
Yes, you
go
see.
ahead.
And isn't it such a coincidence that he planned this woke ass performance and then something like this happens, a protest? I mean, that's very fucking convenient. And I saw some of the blacks really happy and proud. They tried to say our president had to sit through that roach infestation on the field during halftime show. I heard that our president of the United States left before this bullshit transpired. So
I don't blame him.
No, he did not.
Look at the fucking screen.
Mm-hmm.
This is in the stadium. Another black man, right? During the goddamn revolution that's being televised, white men running ads. Are y'all silly or no? Not Snapple. Aaliyah, you got anything before I go the fuck on? Because I got some more shit I want to say about this.
I would really like to know what Kendrick Lamar accomplished by doing what he did on that stage. Because all people see is a bunch of gang banging, disrespectful ass niggas at the end of the day. All they're doing is walking around and talking shit and flipping everybody off and not much of anything else. And I want somebody to show me the K-pop group that comes to any of these types of shows and they start flipping off their native countries. I'll wait. See, this is their representation. It has always been their representation. And it's funny how you're trying to televise a revolution consisting of them dancing and entertaining and shucking and jiving. What the fuck is the revolution? You're the court jesters as usual. Y'all are just doing what niggas have been doing, which is, again, like I said earlier, using the white man's platform to entertain, dance, and talk shit about that same white man, which is the only way you would have an audience to do it because without them paving the way for you to eat, you wouldn't be eating. It's just that simple. And it really would be funny if they started canceling them niggas' contracts and told them to go start their own NFL. See, let's see how many of y'all players walked in. Because I would love to see it, seeing as how the majority of them are married to women who look a lot like a lot of these team owners. Meanwhile, black women are running around with their goofy asses talking real spicy to white folk, talking about how this is all for the motherfucking culture. And next week, when they find out 90% of them niggas on the stage are with a Becky, they'll be running around here with their lips flipped up, looking like Wanda and Shanae, or in a lot of their cases, a baboon's ass talking about black women. This is their preferences. We tired. Y'all ain't never here for black women. Y'all sit this one out until another one of them jumps up and starts rapping and singing and dancing for the culture. And there y'all go again. You look crazy. You mean the culture that they give y'all that's dancing and sea walking and all this other ghetto shit. But they say the institutions of marriage, financial stability, legacy, and generational wealth to women who look nothing like you. And that's the funniest shit ever. And a lot of black women still won't get it. And just like you won't get why this was fucking sad and why all of you look stupid, actually.
Y'all. It is like a chimpanzee invasion in the chat. I got a question. Why is the blacks why are the blacks so obsessed with funny looking short leprechaun black men? Because first it was Cat Williams that they exalted as their god, and now I guess Kendrick Lamar is the new messiah. I mean, again, that performance was lackluster, mediocre. He doesn't even have, I mean, who just knows a Kendrick Lamar song outside of the black ashy stand community? And bitch, homegirl in the chat, yes, President Trump is our motherfucking president, bitch. Do you live in the United States of America? Because if you do, that's our president, huh? Whether you like it or not. Just like Joe Biden was our president and we had to deal with his bitch ass. But anyway, yeah, it is really serious tonight. Like, the Serena Kendrick fans are really going hard in the chat. Hello, welcome. I say the blacks. The blacks. Why y'all black? Why are y'all black asses over here?
Let me ask y'all a question, because I keep hearing this word Messiah. Now, the Messiah can't stop all these black people from around him getting taken about that stadium by these white men. Y'all gonna lose. And then if there's something happening on the ground in this country, ladies, be very clear. Like I've been telling you for months, years at this point, to be honest, get your ass on the right side of history. You will see a repeat of what happened last time. Black men lost and they will lose again. Point blank the fuck, period. You try it if you want to. I know a lot of y'all are going to try it. It is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. But how in the fuck can a messiah not stop these black folk? He talks about how the jail is full of black folk, right? And then they filling it up some more right at his performance. What a goddamn messiah. Where is it?
They marching his messiah ass right off that fucking stage, or whoever came with them with that bullshit. They let them know who the real messiahs are with the handcuffs. Like the great show, but you're under arrest.
And there needs to be some consequences. We need some fines. You know what I'm saying? You ain't about to come up in here. Bad enough we had a Negro spiritual. Y'all gonna retire this motherfucking black national anthem. We got one national anthem. We do not need no Negro spiritual. Lift every voice. They need to ban that shit. Y'all done infiltrated the Super Bowl and all this blackity black ass shit. Oh my God. Next year, I really hope we get some white people up in here. This is too much.
I mean, I'm just gonna be
Can I tell y'all something real quick, y'all? Did y'all notice that Google removed Black History Month from Google Calendar? Yeah, bitch, open your phone. Go to your Google Calendar. It's not there, whore. They removed that shit. The country's moving on. This race shit is over. Point blank the fuck, period. I know, so I can hear the phones opening now. Yeah, put your thumbprint on it. Open up that phone. Take your ass to February 2025 and show me where the goddamn Black History Month is. It's removed, okay? And keep it the fuck up. Keep believing these black men, and you're gonna end up being removed, huh? Because they already talking about deporting your ass. Anyway, go ahead, Aaliyah. I ain't mean to cut your ass off.
No, that probably happened because they lied and said that Donald Trump was canceling Black History Month, and it was a lie, a blatant lie. That's all they've been doing is telling lies on the man, and people been eating that shit up, and it's false as usual. He didn't cancel anything, but perhaps he should, and that's probably why they took it off. Since y'all want to make up lies, it is what it is. I will say that DZ and I laughed about this revolution being televised shit for a good 10 minutes straight yesterday. I mean, DZ will tell you, I just could not stop laughing. This was y'all's revolution. I'm always tickled by those who stay trying to forcibly include themselves in everybody else's shit. But you can't wait to jump up at the opportunity to exclude everybody else. And when you get it back, I expect y'all to put your big boys and girls panties on and suck that shit the fuck up. See, I don't want to hear shit about what's for y'all's culture. Well, when other people decide they don't want y'all to be part of their shit, I need y'all to be good sports about it, okay? Because one thing I do know is that y'all don't mind dishing certain shit, but you get ass hurt and you start crying when it's your turn to take it. So can we all agree on that since that's how you feel? Do we have a deal in the chat?
Let me put this up here. Okay. Divesta Rebel, is that you, honey?
Yes, ma'am. Hey,
What's
how
happening?
y'all ladies doing?
Fucking amazing. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. Do I sound okay?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to say it breaks my heart to see someone like Serena Williams who has been put in the GOAT conversation, even with male athletes, her career. She is considered one of the greatest athletes of all time.
She is.
To sit up here and allow herself to be a pawn for the most mediocre race of males.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's talk about Kendrick Lamar. I can't take him seriously because it seems to be the same Umar Johnson sort of grift.
Yeah.
Tell the black culture what they want to hear. Oh, I love black women. But he's so obsessed with his op that he actually married a woman that looks like Drake.
Mm. Mm.
That's creepy. It's
Can I tell y'all
giving.
something, ladies? Be clear. He's been with her since 2015. That's still his fiance. Here we are, a decade later. He has not married that woman. I'm looking at this fucking chat. He ain't married to her goddamn ass. It's been 10 fucking years, and the
Wow.
preference couldn't get no ring.
Not 12 years of fiance.
Ooh, ooh,
Mm.
this sounds like struggle. Ooh,
So
but
go ahead. I'm sorry, babe.
no, I just think that this Super Bowl, I've been looking on social media. People are tired of all these Negro acts, the hood, the ghetto, the ratchet. I think as far as the Super Bowl, they could have had George Strait up there. I would have loved to watch that.
Girl,
AC/DC, Aerosmith. They could have made it the queens of rock and roll, and when it got hard, and Joanne
Mhm.
Jett or whoever's still around, and made it into something special. But they just keep picking black acts, and everybody's tired of the same old thing.
You should have saw Twitter yesterday, girl. It was a hot mess. It was a mess yesterday and Sunday. Everybody's tired of it. It was almost as if you could just take all the Twitter receipts and the voting receipts, and everybody's tired of it. And we said they were going to be tired of their motherfucking asses. Remember when we used to say they're getting tired? They're getting tired. Lady, jump
Yep,
the ship. Go ahead and divest. Ladies, they're getting tired of black folk. And here we are.
they
and I'm
tired as
so
hell.
And I'm so glad you mentioned that when it comes to the X, because as a metalhead personally, I mean, we don't see enough metal bands. Have they even had them do a Super Bowl show? I don't recall them, the metalheads, even getting an opportunity to do one. Because I would love to fucking see Disturbed. I mean, really, it is what it is. David Draymond, like, I mean, hey, what are we doing here? But like you said, they keep picking this same shit year after year after year. Because if I'm not mistaken, the last one where they was actually in California, they was doing that same thing and Crip walking shit, celebrating this gang life and gang banging culture. Everybody was sea walking. They had Drake, they had Snoop, they had Mary J. Blige, and they was talking about how beautiful that was for the culture and all this other shit. It's like, why every time y'all doing something for y'all culture, this is what y'all culture looks like, a hot ass mess. And they don't even see what other people see on the world stage. Like, you do know that y'all are glorifying shit that don't need to be glorified to people on the outside looking in. You do know that, right?
You should have seen what Robert Duvall said. I'll show y'all that behind the wall, but he hit that shit on point. I mean, he said everything I fucking feel about what the hell went on. And honestly, I think this year was like a troll session because everybody know what the temperament of this country is right now. And to put that, so-called Black Power ceremony up there, that was, to keep the fuel going. I think the NFL was trolling. Speaking of the NFL, right? You sitting up there having your Black Power party. Philadelphia Eagles, right? They're owned by this wonderful zaddy named Jeffrey, right? Kansas City Chiefs owned by this wonderful zaddy named Clark. Let's keep going. The commissioner of the NFL is this particular zaddy, Roger. I'm not seeing anybody that look like you. So let me ask you this. You think that you're gonna win a revolution using the stage that's owned by all of these men, right? But DZ, they did it at the stadium. Okay, well, that stadium, right, that's owned by LSCD, and the chairman's right there. His name is Robert as well. Ladies, they lost. Do you know how entertaining it is to see toddlers throw tantrums thinking that they can beat up their parents? That's exactly how they looking at your so-called men talking all this shit. I'm keeping it tall with you. Everywhere you go, follow the goddamn lead and see who the fuck is on the top of that fucking food chain. And it's always a zaddy, huh? Or somebody Asian. Well, I can't say the other word up here, but you will not find these niggas. Will you find them employees? Yep, you sure will. You sure will. But at the end of the day, whoever makes the decisions about those entities do not look like y'all sorry ass, non-building, dusty ass black sons y'all having out here. Pull the fuck up. Snapple, you got anything while I take this down?
No, I second everything you just said. Of course, none of the Kangs own anything. So yeah, homeboy Kendrick Lamar thought he did his big one with his stupid ass performance. And you know, the blacks are celebrating and all that, but it was terrible garbage. And I love the fact that everybody is being vocal about it, and they're trying to say, even them old cat ladies on The View talking about basically whoever didn't like the performance is racist. Everything is not racism. It was terrible. Nobody could understand what he was saying. The outfits were terrible. It wasn't a good performance, and it was mediocre. It's supposed to be fun. Halftime show's supposed to be fun and exciting and upbeat, something to lift everybody's spirits. Nobody gives a fuck about the Underground Railroad and all this Negro spiritual ass bullshit. Like, no, that was, read the motherfucking room, NFL. Read the room. We are tired. We are done with the blacks.
These celebrities and entertainers as a whole still have not learned that people just want them to do their fucking jobs, whatever that may be. We do not care about their politics. They keep trying to insert their political opinions in where they shouldn't, and they still don't get why that this is what's turning a majority of Americans off. They're determined to keep forcing their opinions off on us. Go back to the studio. Go read a fucking script. Do something and leave the rest of us working class folk the fuck alone. Our decisions have been made, and despite the narrative y'all keep trying to spin, a lot of us couldn't be any happier with our decisions. So no, we do not regret our votes. Now y'all's piggy bank has been confiscated. You may want to stop talking shit, or you can keep on talking shit, whichever one you choose, and you can keep having to pay Trump until all you bitches either don't have a job, shout out to Joy Behar, or you'll all eventually go bankrupt, which is fine with me. And this is why a lot of them are being replaced. They have inserted this bullshit into every single show there is at this point. And it's not only intrusive for people who just want to watch a damn football game, it's beyond annoying at this point. If y'all stop trying to insert this shit into everything, you keep putting this in people's faces, and you wonder why people are tired and they just don't give a fuck anymore. Fuck you. Fuck all your complaints. Fuck all your black tears. Fuck all this racism talk. Nobody gives a fuck. You have force-fed us this shit long enough.
That part. Ladies, at the end of the day, you're going to get left whole in the bag. You've already been left whole in the bag, all right? You've already been left whole in the bag more than you know, more than y'all know out here, all right? I don't know if y'all remember that dusty ass mayor from New York City. This is the thing. His ass was up on charges. I mean, some serious fucking charges. He changed his stance. I'm telling you this because every single time one of you bitches have this race conversation, you be on some race loyalty shit, right? Well, the mayor of New York City, he ain't going. He done changed his whole goddamn stance. Remember, he had a sanctuary city. He was taking up for the immigrants. He was doing all that shit, and his ass was getting ready to go to jail. Let me just keep it basic. He was getting ready to go to jail. Well, since he changed his stance, and this is what I'm telling y'all to move strategic, this dusty ass motherfucker moves strategic. How I'm asking y'all to do. Instead of standing 10 toes down on a ship that's sinking, you might want to rethink how you're thinking out here and get on the right side of history. Well, the Department of Justice, they're going to drop the charges unless a prosecutor come in here and undo it. Let's go.
The Justice Department has just instructed federal prosecutors in the Southern District of New York to drop the bribery case against New York Mayor Eric Adams. Aaron Katersky joins us now in studio. Aaron, just tell us what you're learning.
This came in a letter from the acting number 2 official at the Justice Department, Emil Bovey. The letter simply directed federal prosecutors here in New York, Lindsay, to drop the charges against Mayor Eric Adams, who was scheduled to go on trial this spring, charged with corrupting his office by taking bribes in the form of luxury travel benefits and the like in exchange for official favors. The most prominent of which federal prosecutors said was interfering in trying to get the new Turkish consulate open before the FDNY was comfortable with the operating permits. But tonight, the number 2 official in the Justice Department has instructed federal prosecutors to drop the criminal charges against Mayor Adams. Still not clear how the federal prosecutor's office is going to respond, because any decision like that would have to go before a judge.
And so we know that Mayor Adams did go visit Donald Trump in Mar-a-Lago.
Oops. Did he get on a plane and go visit Donald Trump? Ladies, black men lost. Hear me clear, okay? Mayor Adams knows that shit. So when it was time to save his ass, he put himself on the right side of history, at least for the time being. All right? You're still standing there with your fists up, talking about some goddamn black revolution that's not going to happen. Let's say it did. It just popped the fuck off. You honestly gonna sit here and tell me we come from the same goddamn place, Blackistan? You mean to tell me that you honestly think that black men are going to win that shit? Let me ask you this. This is even better. I think you know that they're not going to win. I think you just want to sit there and say that you went down with your race. Is that what you're saying? Because, ladies, this is done. The way he was acting these past few years was completely left. Sanctuary city. Give these motherfuckers some goddamn visa cards and food and shelter, so on and so forth. But when his ass got on the line, he said, fuck all that. Let me go to Mar-a-Lago. Huh? And I'm asking you, ladies, to think about the shit that you're doing so that you don't end up on the goddamn chopping block. But at the end of the day, I know you Dick Dizzy, black Dick Dizzy to be exact, and you're not going to do it. I just have to be able to say that I said that shit. Pull up. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
Oh, I'm shocked. We already knew that this was his end game when he came out trying to pretend like he was all of a sudden a supporter, like he was all on board with everything they wanted to do. We already knew he was trying to get a pardon. So yeah, he did what he did what he had to do. He felt what he needed. He said we felt he needed to say, and he took whatever stance he felt like he needed to take. We ain't never bought that shit. I know I sure as hell did. I knew he was a flip flopper and he was talking shit. And the majority of the stances he was taking was completely different from what he originally said. But hey, you got to do what you got to do when it's your own ass on the line. Again, I just feel like if it was nothing wrong with what he did, why everybody need all these pardons? Once again. So, because people was trying to say that what he did really wasn't that serious of an offense. Okay, well, if we're wrong and what he did was not that serious, he just got a few upgrades, correct? And that's what people were saying. So if that's really all he did, then what was all this other shit? Remember, they only started going after him because he was speaking out against the illegal immigrants in his city, even though they provided the sanctuary city this whole entire time. But because he spoke out against it, in the fourth quarter or something like that.
My point is, black women, you understand that you are going to be left holding the bag. When it's a dusty motherfucker on the chopping block, he's not going to be race loyal to you. He's not going to even be party or politically loyal to you. He's going to save his own ass. That translates into put yourself first. I don't know why you can't do that shit. It's not going to win you any dusty stacks from these niggas. You standing 10 toes down with that community is not going to make them like you. It's not going to make them build you shit. It's not going to make them better fathers. It's not going to stop the DV rate. Pull up. It's not going to stop them going. Let me not say that out here. Let me not say that out here. That Snapper was tea.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. I was still laughing at the chat. It's so funny. Yeah, Mr. Monkey Man. Okay. All right. Touche, motherfucker. We knew what he was trying to do. Like you said, he was popping big shit He was popping big shit about how he had a sanctuary city and he won't go and turn nobody away. And then, I guess shit got too real. But this is the difference. Like you said, DZ, mammies, they have no self-preservation.
None.
Okay. They went all the way off the cliff with the Kamala train. Okay. And now they feel like they're under attack because the culture is shifting and it's not in their favor anymore. And this monkey, I'm sorry, I forgot where we at. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm sorry. This person on the screen, he switched teams and he was very vocal. I remember he went on The View. He just did an interview with Tucker Carlson because I like watching Tucker Carlson's show, and he was exposing more tea of fraud that went on in New York City to support those illegal migrants. So, our gracious President Trump, I don't agree with everything he do because I ain't agreeing with this. But he apparently instructed his Department of Justice to drop the motherfucking charges. And see that's what happens when you align yourself, properly with the right people. And I just feel like it's just so sad how mammies continue to put themselves on the front line. And and they could by the way, I see them online all proud of themselves that they're not physically out at those stupid ass protests with like 15 people that they keep having. I keep seeing that shit on Reddit. Pathetic. But they're still running their mouths online. Black women, still the face of this bullshit. Still Jasmine Crockett and this motherfucking bald-headed Angry Bird looking ass Ayanna Presley with her raggedy ass. Old ass Maxine Waters. Somebody need to throw her geriatric ass on the ground and put some handcuffs on her. So she want to be out here protesting and popping shit and grabbing reporters' phones and shit. But it's just really sad. It's like, this is a good example. I hope they feel stupid. I know they mad. That he done got his charges dropped. Oh well, shit.
Look, they
always
change. And whenever it's gonna save them. Ladies, do y'all know that you're in a situation where black men will look you dead in the face and say, I prefer white women. Those babies are not mine. You're too masculine. Get the fuck out of my face. In response, black women will say, that's only him. Let's keep trying. Power to the motherfucking people. How goofy can you be? They save themselves every fucking time. Davisa Rebel, did you have anything or are you just chilling up here?
I did have something about this mayor. With Mayor Adams, he literally did what no other Negro could do. He went so far left, so far woke, so corrupt, so degenerate that he couldn't even throw black women under the bus to get Zaddy's approval. He's got a rot in it, and I love it. I love it. Like, he has to hold his L. Also, I think he is on them Diddy tapes.
Yeah, me too.
He has done a lot of stuff. Also, I just got a notification that the Epstein list was released.
Bring your ass to Discord with that notification. Okay.
Yeah.
When we leave from up here, bring your ass to Discord. It is what it is.
Yes.
Aaliyah, you got anything? Because I'm just flabbergasted watching these black women just be the fool for the millionth time in history. This is a different time in history. I don't think they understand.
I think a lot of people forget that this was the same person that was up there taking some of that same money, giving those grown ass men apartments and all kind of benefits and stuff like that. Not the women, the men. Because I remember when you actually did a live stream about that, and he was giving one of them keys to apartments and everything. I said, so he up there giving them apartments and everything, the men, able-bodied ass men, not the women. I said, so okay, he had done a lot, but I gotta say this since Snap brought up Maxine Waters. I know y'all been watching everything, the same shit that we have on television. There has got to be a nursing home somewhere in Washington that is empty. Chuck Schumer, Elizabeth Warren, Maxine Waters, Al Green have all been resurrected and have all broken out and are on the loose, running around screaming, we will win and we won't rest. Hell no, we won't go. Now, I know some of y'all grandkids in this chat are wrong as hell. If y'all listening to us at anywhere in your home, in your vehicle, Y'all grandkids are wrong as hell. Y'all see y'all grandparents on TV, and y'all know y'all need to be going to get y'all grandparents. Come on now,
Girl.
this is not right. And I need y'all to fix Maxine's wig before y'all take her back to the nursing home, because this is not right.
She need to give Ayana her wig, because I know her head is cold. I saw Ayana Presley out there. She had leather gloves on. But I said her hands are warm, but ain't your head cold? But girl, look, they out there talking about they want to fight Elon Musk today. Every day the derangement escalates. I said, not y'all want to throw hands. Y'all want to throw hands because he's trying to stop the fraud and waste. My goodness. Yeah, girl, Maxine, though, she need to go. I want to see some handcuffs, because she want to be out here in these streets. So she need to get some street treatment. Just throw some handcuffs on her, arrest her ass.
Hey, DZ.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to
Yes.
I want to auto correct. The notification wasn't the actual list. It's someone talking about it. I'm watching that list like a hawk. So I'm auto correct. The list hasn't been released. They're just talking about the pending release. So let me auto correct.
Okay. Ladies,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Black women. And this the deal, right? Folks like Jasmine Crockett are going to get y'all fucked up out here. I'm talking about real life people, right? That you have a small business. You have something that you're working on, okay? At the end of the day, people were saying that, whenever I would say these bitches on these food stamps, these bitches on Section 8, so on and so forth, the reply to me would always be, especially in my inbox, you act like you don't know that white people are the majority that's on that shit. It ain't going to affect us like that. Well, fast forward, right, to today, it's an issue, right? You're acting like you weren't on it, but then it's affecting you or whatever. Well, we got this black woman because y'all claim y'all wasn't using federal funds. Remember, black women, you told me you weren't doing that. You were getting approved for loans at banks, Zaddy's banks. Everything is owned by them. Move around. But you weren't on any of these programs. And why am I seeing y'all up on this television or on my phone, right? Worried about those federal funds being frozen for your small businesses. First, it was the food stamps, then it was the housing, then it was WIC, and then the Social Security, all that good shit. But I thought you weren't getting anything from those businesses. Let's do this shit.
On January 27th, the Trump administration tried to place an indefinite freeze on federal grants and loan programs. The next day, a federal judge blocked the move, but the whole thing has created uncertainty for some small business owners. Monisha Phillips, owner of Pandora's Box, says having access to funding can make a huge difference in a local business.
Right now, as a small business owner, especially being a Black business owner, right now, what I'm trying to focus on, how the economy is, I'm just trying to survive. And that's why funding is important.
She's trying to survive. That's why funding is important. So hold on a second. Which one is true? Okay. When I tried to tell you that white men own everything and you cannot live without white people, you called me several things. Some of them you can't even say out here. But I'm seeing y'all step forward when you have these near misses, right? With your food, and y'all wait till March, and then again in August, it's going to be a clusterfuck of tears around this bitch. But I thought you weren't using it. Here's the thing. Simple bitches. All you got to do is get on the right side of history, right? That's all you have to do. You identifying with that community, and then you're tapping into those funds that could at any minute be frozen. But has your mother ever told you that if they don't feed you, they can't starve you? Well, you let the government feed you. Over the years, since you like talking about slavery so much, over the years since slavery, right? You have become more and more and more and more dependent on the government, so much so that you come up with these scams on how to alter paperwork. Y'all going to jail for that too, for PPP loans, for all sorts of shit, right? But at the same time, to win an argument, you'll say that you're not using it. Ladies, I know some of y'all that's in the clouds can't stand, non-Black folk. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to listen to reason. You're going to have to play this fucking game, period. Or you're going to end up crashing out with these niggas. They aren't going to crash out with you. When they see the crash out coming upon, when it's on the sunrise, right? They're going to abandon you just like they did before. Remember, the first time a Black man has ever been to the Supreme Court was to ask a white man, can he marry a white woman? He didn't ask for anything for you. He abandoned you as soon as those chains came the fuck off. So what's going on? Snapper, were you calling me?
Yeah, sorry. I was just going to say, her shirt says creative hustler.
They love classic shit like that.
Okay, so okay. So she's saying she's a creative hustler, but she over here crying about what she need, food stamps. What federal support does she need for her business? Because she's probably one of those that run around saying, I'm a business owner in a way to try to put down people that have a 9 to 5. Now she over here sitting on the news channel with some boneless ponytails crying about federal funding. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, which one is it? I mean, why can't your business survive and turn a profit without federal funding, bitch? I mean, what the fuck are you doing? You may as well hang it up, close up the shop, and get a job your goddamn self. But this is that bravado that Black people have. 9 times out of 10, when they say they're entrepreneurs and they have business owners, it be shit like this. They can't survive without federal funding of some sort. I bet you with some DEI woke ass. What is her business? I bet you it doesn't add no value to society or to anybody's life. And now somebody's supposed to feel sorry for her? No, bitch. If your business can't survive without federal support, bitch, I don't know.
It's supposed to be able to survive as much shit as y'all talk. You talk too much shit and then your panties end up getting pulled down in front of everybody. And y'all in these t-shirts, proud side bitch. Girl, we already know that you got that shirt because you're trying to be righteously indignant. You know good and goddamn well every time that nigga goes home to his actual girlfriend that you cry into the pillow. Tell the truth. Don't, when he say he got to run up out of there because that bitch finna get off work, right? And he got to go home. But you said we was going to, you said in October that you was going to tell her me and you was a thing. You said you was going to move out in September. He ain't going nowhere. So you don't want to leave him. So instead you go have somebody print out you a proud side bitch shirt. You ain't fooling nobody. Just like this bitch's shirt up here. The hustler, girl, bye. You are a government recipient. Pull up. What's happening, Aaliyah?
A lot of these motherfuckers ain't nothing but disrespectful ingrates running around here. They talking all this shit every time you see them, especially Black women at this point. They have been the loudest in the resistance. I mean, you got all these people around here flying these other flags. Why here in this country? Why having their stinking asses parked in our fucking country? You got folks showing their asses all on the stage, world stage at the Super Bowl. And I just wonder, if you love these other places so much, I think that that's where you should go. America is closed and there is a one-way door, which is an exit only. Don't come back. It's funny how all these people are perfectly fine with us being overrun with illegal aliens, criminals, and thugs. Then again, I never thought we would be forcing everybody to pretend that men are women and women are men. And I never thought that as an American that I would be living in a country where our citizens would ever think it's okay to take billions of dollars of our money and give it to these people. And the reason why I'm talking about that, because she is up here running her mouth and talking about federal funding, but y'all are perfectly okay with this shit. And it's funny how they're too busy talking about all this Super Bowl shit and this Kendrick Lamar shit. Meanwhile, people like her talking about federal funding when FEMA was just exposed for sending almost $60 million of our disaster relief dollars to New York for these illegals. They just did that shit last week. You know, the shit they claimed wasn't true when we said that's clearly what they did, doing all the hurricanes and the fires and all that shit. And they lied about it all fucking election. Karine Jean-Pierre, her raggedy ass. I'm so glad she gone. Remember that? See, this is how they treat us, the Americans. And y'all think I give a flying fuck about a Kendrick Lamar? Donald Trump and his team is the best thing to ever happen to the White House. I don't give a fuck whether y'all want to acknowledge that right now or not. Most of us sane Americans want all of our fucking money back. And I want you to throw each and every last one of these sons of bitches in jail. And I thought I would never be living in America where half the country is all for this type of bullshit. Every single one of them on that stage and in these departments and every goddamn West, all these ungrateful ass immigrants and these American ingrates should all be put the fuck up out of here, including Kendrick Lamar.
Aaliyah, bring it back, girl. Bring it back.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about these stupid ass bitches that sit up here and lie to win arguments every fucking time they know they dead ass wrong. And nigga bitch has never been able to say that she was wrong or whatever. But the thing is, it's always going to be exposed. Didn't you hotep whores and esoteric bitches say that this was last year was the year of the reveal? Well, the reveals went down and now shit has hit the fan. Nobody believes you. Stop this nonsense, because nobody believes you. As a matter of fact, you know how when somebody's saying something delusional over and over and over again, people tend to start ignoring it, and they think your motherfucking ass is schizo. That it just is what it is.
No,
that's where Black women are right now.
That's why I say if you pay attention, I didn't go off on a tangent. All of it
Girl,
goes together.
I'm paying attention.
Now I'm just saying all of it goes together, because it's the Black women. Like, how do you have the nerve with all of the shit y'all are supporting?
Aaliyah,
huh?
I'm paying attention, ma'am. I'm bringing this whole motherfucking thing right here. I'm paying attention. I promise you. I see them all over the goddamn place, acting a fucking fool in every fucking corner of this globe, in every industry, and they're honestly scared. Because believe it or not only am I getting trolls, right? We're getting goddamn people. Please help me with the shit. I cannot do everything for you, madams. Sometimes you got to get up out of that gossip sector and keep up. You have to, okay? Because Aaliyah is stuck explaining things to you, right? From A to goddamn Z, from corner to corner, whether it's Elon, Donald Trump, whether it's Jasmine Carter. She's trying to put all this shit together for you, but she shouldn't have to do it like that. This is your life she's talking about. Your life, Snapple and I are talking about in Tonight, Divested Rebel, right? Y'all got to get your head out your ass. Do y'all not see what's happening here? Do you?
I'm sorry, that's what I'm saying. It's too late. My thing is, again, look at all the shit they have condoned and all the shit they've been behind. You can't then get up here and start complaining about what you not getting and what you think you should be getting and all this type of shit. Like, where have y'all been? Have you missed it? Y'all have championed for everybody else to get it but you at this point. That's where all the shit is going. They want to blame this on Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Doge and all this other shit. It's not their fault. Think about the shit y'all been on board with. Y'all wanted them to come in here and get it. Y'all, this is what y'all are okay with this, right? So don't get on the news complaining about any of this federal funding. I don't want to hear this bullshit.
And nobody does. I'm talking about not Black people, right? Do you know how many people in that comment section right there was talking about how ugly she was? And it was majority Black men. Whoever owns that channel turned the goddamn comments off because it got ridiculous. Then you want to talk about white folks? Oh, they done with your ass, right? The rest of the world never gave a fuck because all you give a fuck about is Black males. You're on your own now, remember? You don't have any allies. Hey, what's up?
I just want to say, once again, I'm proud of us. You see how none of us called her ugly? All we did was talk about her ugly t-shirt and her little teaspoon of hair. We didn't talk about none of her features. So I just want to give us a pat on the back for the new year. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Because I could have went in on her. They did the job. I need Black women to stop this fucking lying. I do. I need to tell you nobody believes you. And ladies, there's some more shit coming down the pipe. And like I said, I'm not doing no more predictions out this motherfucker. I'm just telling you they are not going to fare well. I promise you they not. Everybody that's behind that wall know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And I got some more shit for them coming up this weekend. Yes, ma'am.
Oops, I'm sorry. No, I just wanted to add, I think when it comes to Black folks in business, Black people have a very unrealistic expectation when it comes to running a business. Black people believe that they can have poor quality products, poor customer service,
overpriced,
poor money managed, overpriced in the fucking trenches of the ghetto. I mean, the very heart and soul of the ghetto where people are getting pew-pewed at every single time they pull up to their store and they think they're going to become Elon Musk. Not going to happen. Also, why is this woman ponytail hanging on by a thread?
I don't know what's going on with her hair. Maybe she's stressed the fuck out, y'all.
That left one is barely hanging on. It's barely hanging on.
This shit subsidized.
But
like
again,
a motherfucker.
what it comes back to is I think a lot of these people are delusional and they're confused. And I know a lot of times when we get up here, it may seem like I know me especially may seem like I'm crazy. No, because I'm sitting here and I'm seeing the type of shit that y'all advocating for. And that's why I'm telling you, nobody wants to hear this shit. Get your ass off the news. We don't want to hear this shit. Y'all advocating for these folks to come in here and be able to get all this shit for free and do better than you. So as long as you keep advocating for that type of shit and telling everybody else like us to shut the fuck up and be quiet, because we got a white supremacist running the White House and he done brought in all these folks and they trying to stage a coup and they doing, as long as y'all running around all over social media talking crazy and this is the way y'all want shit to be, I don't want to hear nothing about what you feel like you think you supposed to be getting. Because you advocating for your own replacements. You can't say nothing to me. I don't want to hear
that part. Ladies, some of the shit that you marched for in 2020 is still haunting you. So here's the thing. You got everything that's going on today, and there's a lot going on today. Hard to cover in under 2 hours, okay? Stuff that's from 2020 is being brought up today, right? People can't even hold motherfuckers, right? That done fucked you to fuck up. I'm not going to play this entire video, but you need to see that those laws are real. When you ask for these laws to be a thing with the no bond, with the you can't hold a person without certain, evidence and that type of shit, you're losing your life because of it. Now that black women are turning into the aggressive ass black men that they love so fucking much, not only do you have to worry about him, you got to worry about her as well. Let me just give you a little snippet.
New tonight, a WCNC Charlotte investigation found the justice system failed to protect a Charlotte mother.
Because it was preventable.
It's all right. I cry every day for my child. She just ain't coming back.
During his investigation, our Nate Morabito uncovered a series of decisions and delays across state lines that allowed a fugitive to walk free. And now she's charged with murder. As a warning, you are about to hear 911 calls that are difficult to listen to.
She was a good girl.
LaShonda McClendon.
Her personality brought everybody close.
Treated her phone.
She was just always there to comfort you.
Like a lifeline, a way of staying connected to her family. When she'd call, her kids would listen.
My last phone call was on Wednesday with her.
On December 13th, McClendon's calls ended forever.
This girl just actually pulled a gun out on me and pointed it in my face.
But not before she first dialed 911 to report Ebony Rahman, an acquaintance she says threatened her life. Around 7:30 that morning,
she needs to be going to jail.
Charlotte Mecklenburg police responded to her plea for help. The responding officer took Rahman into custody, but not to charge her with any crime connected to the threat. Instead, when he ran her name through the National Crime Information Center database, he noticed Rahman was wanted by the York County Sheriff's Office, connected to shoplifting and criminal conspiracy charges from June.
She had an extraditable warrant out of South Carolina, took her downtown.
He drove the fugitive to jail, but then the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office turned her away. The officer returned Rahman to the scene.
Pull up. This is what you asked for. Overworked cops, defunding the police, make sure you can't hold nobody because that's racist, right? People not even getting arrested for threatening you with a goddamn gun, okay? You have to remember what you march for, when it's given to you, it has real life consequences. To be honest with you, there's several stories like this where people are just being released. So technically speaking, y'all should be right-leaning at this point because you're losing your motherfucking brains all over the pavement because of the shit that you marched for. The shit that you marched for. And not now nigga did an investigation on it. It was a white man once a fucking again. You got the niggas in her family sitting on the couch pole mouthing and acting like some motherfucking sissies talking about they missed their goddamn cousin. So what the fuck? Let me take this shit from up here because y'all don't hear me tonight. You don't hear me tonight. Snapper, you got anything on this? Because we got some more shit. The people shooting at each other at McDonald's. I'm talking about the employees, black employees. Girl, go ahead. My bad.
It's okay. I thought that, I was laughing at first because I thought it was a nigga named Ebony. And then I figured out that that's a woman.
It is.
Okay.
It's a woman.
Okay, because it's hard to tell what she was. Okay, but this is another classic example of why we don't just divest from the Kangs. We have to divest from these irrational, violent nigga bitches as well. That's some fucked up ass shit that she did. But again, this so-called racist justice system, this so-called oppressive system didn't lock her ass up. They just released her like as if she was one of the Kangs. Shit, they probably thought she was a Tyrone too.
Everything has a consequence. When you ask for this shit, to be careful what you ask for, because you might end up getting it. I know what I asked for in November when I went my ass to that voting booth in person, right? I didn't mail it in this time. I know what I was asking for, and I asked for what's happening right the fuck now. Shit getting corrected. I'm glad y'all stick to the end. Miss Aaliyah, do you have anything on that story before I show you what the nigga bitches are interested in instead of what's going on with their life?
Go ahead. I'm curious to see what you got to show us.
Okay. So with everything that we talked about tonight, everything Aaliyah said, and she went the fuck in. Everything Divested Rebel said, Snapple said, I said. And then at the end of the day, you're going to go from here, the ones that are clout watchers, and pretend like you don't give a fuck. You're going to put your head in your ass and just let shit happen. That's just the way it goes in the Black community. A lot of talk, a lot of nonsense, no building, no self-respect, no decorum, right? Violence, fucking any goddamn body. Twerking, dancing, being loud, being extra, begging for shit. Do I need to go on? Do I need to go on? Everything that's going on today, these bitches are still worried about a man. Hell, Serena Williams just got up, took her tree stumps, as Snapple called them, kicking the fuck around because she upset about what happened 10 years ago with a diet nigga that cheated on her, right? And didn't want to make house with her. Okay? Don't be surprised about that. But while all of this is going on, you're making fun, all right? And I guess it's funny, I don't know, but you got better shit to do than be worried about who these niggas fucking, who cheating on you, who they prefer, and all that good shit. This is their attempt at a comedy skit. Let's go.
It's not fast enough, girl. It's not fast enough. That's enough.
What the hell is you doing?
Oh, babe, I'm just.
Back in the bathroom.
Okay, I'm just grabbing my oil, you know.
Oh, hell yeah.
You
sleep it.
Fuck. You didn't need to do that. A lot of Black women can identify with that, but you didn't need to do that. You already know there's a 2 coochie minimum. We've been telling you there's a 2 coochie minimum. Imagine going in there to break your own fucking heart. You already know what the fuck you're gonna find. Why don't you stop worrying about who that nigga's fucking and figure out what's fixing to happen with your goddamn dinner table, with your job, right? With your finances, with your health care. No, but what's important is the dick dizziness around this bitch, and you got to see who this nigga texting on the phone while he taking a shit. Keep it up, nigga bitches. Do your thing, okay? But do not come at me when I laugh at your stupid ass for not getting the fuck active. Aaliyah, what's tea?
The sad part is they don't even understand that the larger issue here is that she even has to go through all of that just to even get. I mean, clearly she had to do all of that. You got to steal and take his phone and run off with it right quick. I mean, just so you can see who this nigga talking to. I guess I'm just not with all the drama, and I just ain't never felt you got to do all this to hold on to this nigga. Like, it's sad. Look at the bigger issue. Do y'all really want to be bothered with somebody that y'all got to be like this with? Like, she actually practiced that. She needed to make sure she was quick enough because she needed to be able to bust in the bathroom, get it, and run back out of the. Girl, you got to do all of that. You already got your answer.
You know,
you already know what's up.
You know, a lot of these bitches looked at that shit and said, that's a great idea. And they're going to take a chance at it. Hey, be very careful with that because these niggas is knocking your head between the refrigerator and the goddamn stove, bitch. Be very careful. This is something she put on Instagram. Y'all bitches go home and try this with these niggas if you want to. Let me just give you a spoiler alert. He's fucking somebody else. Pull up. Snapper, you got anything before we go to Disney?
Yeah, I was gonna say now, I'm not the one to call everything a skit. Clearly this was a skit, but you could tell this is a skit because if this was real, he would have broke that motherfucking door down and grabbed that phone up out her hand. They look for a reason to get violent, so you could tell that shit was fake. His big sloppy nasty ass just sat there looking stupid. No, that ain't the real reaction.
But she giving them tips though. She giving them something to think about. See, they putting that shit out there. That's why DZ letting them know already. If you try this shit at home, you might get your head knocked off. That's why I say if you even got to entertain this, that's why I said if y'all got to do all this, please avoid all this. You don't need these kind of problems, this kind of headache. You already got your answer. If you got to catch him on the toilet taking a shit and run off with his phone, if you got to do all that just to find out who he talking to, I think it's safe to say you already know who he talking to.
Thank you. And think about it. Serena thinks she missed out on something because she had to marry that millionaire. Oh my God. Poor little rich girl. Move the fuck around. I'll see y'all next time. All right. Get the fuck out of here. Love y'all. Bye.